Hey guys, how you doing?
Very
Good,
well. How
thank
you
you,
doing,
Freda.
Freda?
I'm all right. I'm all right. And I've got to say, I absolutely loved the film. I had such fun with it. But I bet everybody's telling you that, so you're almost bored with it.
No, not everybody. No, yeah, we're very grateful.
Got a good
Yeah,
response. Yeah, thank you. We're very,
thank
very
you.
glad you liked it.
Yeah. No, I did. It was such good fun. Now, of course, it's based on a true story. And when the script came your way, I wondered if you'd heard about the story to start with, or was this all sort of totally brand new for you?
Completely brand new for both of us, I think. Yeah, just like the first time we read it. Well, first time we heard about the story was when we read the script and watched the documentary, and we was just like, yeah, crazy, blown away by the story itself. Just doesn't seem real. The more you listen to it, like you said, the more you listen to it, more bizarre it
It's
sounds.
bonkers,
Yeah,
isn't
no, we
it?
didn't know about it at all.
Yeah.
I just got
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely wild. Yeah, got links to documentaries and just watched with an open mouth and like, how did this happen?
Mhm.
And also like I met Gavin, we just became such fanboys for them and just the sheer balls of them, you know?
Yeah, massive fanboys, aren't we?
Honestly, they're just legends. Like to do that, to take a risk like that in your life
You
and
weren't doing
live.
that in your 20s and
What are
what
you
you
doing?
doing?
Yeah. Yeah. So for each of you, what was your number one reason for deciding that yes, you wanted to be in the film?
We didn't have a job, did
Didn't
we?
have a
Both at the
job.
time,
Yeah, that's
so
why you don't really have a choice,
got
Giant. You
got
just
your
do
box,
whatever. Yeah, whatever
man.
job rock up.
No, James McAvoy's obviously a massive drawer, isn't he?
Aye, of course.
Mega drawer, and then but the story itself, like, it's been like we were just saying it to ourselves before, like we got to do so many cool things, learning how to skateboard, learning how to
Yeah,
rap,
yeah,
and then like shooting on set with McAvoy every day. It was such a brilliant life experience, not only like for our career, but just it was such an enjoyable time, wasn't it? And we kind of knew that from reading the script and auditioning with each other. We knew it was going to be just a lot of fun. So
yeah.
yeah,
Ditto.
Yeah. Did you get to meet the guys that you were playing?
Yes, we did. Yeah, I met Gavin in Soho. Nervously gave him a text, and I went, kind of feeling like a reporter or something. Kind of rocked up, knowing I'm gonna have to
the
like,
dictaphone in
yeah,
hand.
put my yeah, exactly. Rocked up, and I was like, knowing I'm gonna have to play him. So I'm kind of like, put my phone down, hit record, asked him to tell me his story, and he was more than happy to hold court and talk. I'm sure I would be too, but it must be weird for him, having some random guy rock up who kind of vaguely looks like you. And
Yeah.
then I think I'm such a bit of a mimic that I kind of was like um echoing his mannerisms and his attitudes on things. Like cut to like 3 or 4 pints later, and I'm like, yeah, screw the
Yeah,
industry,
yeah.
man. It's just their fault, you know. So it was yeah, it was a great chance, but to just get in his shoes and figure out his rhythms and figure out how he thinks about the world and his backstory fundamentally to try and play this guy, man.
Mhm.
Did he turn up on set as well? Because I'm wondering if he was there while you were actually playing him.
Few times. Only I think only at the end, Sam, didn't he?
Yeah, we had the reshoots. We had reshoots back in London once we'd finished, like a couple of weeks after we'd wrapped. And that's where the first time I met him. I'd met Billy before, but only on like Zoom calls and stuff like that. And we was in Soho, not far from
That's
the
yeah,
set.
literally right here. He came out and I think he found it pretty weird. We were in his.
I
I was
like
literally wearing his boxers.
I opened the van and I stepped out and he was like, "Whoa." He's like, "You look like Billy and you like walk and talk like Billy. This is weird."
Probably the biggest compliment we could have received.
At that time,
We've
Yeah.
received many more.
yeah, since then.
How did it feel though for you to be playing somebody and knowing that they were probably watching you play them? Did it make you
It's
self-conscious?
nerve-wracking, innit? 'Cause you got to do it. Yeah, massively. It was a very, very self-conscious time. The whole of filming, wasn't it? Just from start to finish. But yeah, it's extra added pressure. You got to do it justice, even though it's not a cardboard copy. We had to,
Let's
well,
do
we
it,
had
didn't
to do
we?
it right. Yeah, yeah.
No, I was a nervous wreck. I was. terrified. I had to take a day off prep because I was so nervous. I was
Really?
like, yeah, mate, I was terrible mental health prior to shooting, which
Mm.
works for playing Gavin. So I've talked about that before, about
Yeah.
like meeting characters where you're at, and sometimes they kind of align with how you are. That's probably why I played Gavin, because he's not like emotionally stable at that time. So
Yeah.
yeah, I was terrified, man. I was so daunted. I was like, how am I gonna do this film? I'm like, James McAvoy's in it, everyone's gonna be seeing it. What if I'm terrible? That's my career over. This is my only chance. All these things. But thank God I had this man who's been in a million films.
I actually look back on it and feel quite
He's
like I
so
should have
chill.
done more to sort of be there for your nerves, wise, but I didn't even
No.
read it that much. No,
Yeah,
you
but
did
when,
it
but
quite well.
you didn't need to do anything. You just being there on set and having you, just like your presence, your chill vibe, and how good you are to work with. It was that's people talk about James's pool like I'm with Sam every day.
Vice versa.
Every single scene is with Sam.
Pull each other through it, don't
Yeah,
we?
it
Like even
was.
like when it's like
We had fun, man.
2 hours off rap and you're feeling like low on energy, like all you need is a little like
Those fears dissipated basically from prep to shooting because what you're not thinking about the bigger things. You're just thinking about your pickup
yeah,
time, and it's 6:30 in the
one
morning,
foot in front
and
of
they
the other
start a
in it.
scene. It's scenes by scenes. It never feels like you're making a film. It's just right. We got this scene to do. While knowing the arc in your head. So yeah, you just play the game.
Talking to you now, it's as if you two guys have known each other for years, and there's such a rapport between the two of you, and it really comes across on the screen because you've got such energy and such spontaneity in the film.
Mm.
Um, did you have to do any sort of chemistry test as part of
Yeah.
prepping for the film, or did it just sort of come naturally?
We had like 2 rounds of auditions before we did a chemistry test, I think, didn't we?
Yeah, but not individually. Yeah,
And then we came together, did a chemistry test, but we had like you had like 5 different Billies and I had like 5 different
he was
guys
the last one. Yeah,
who was
all
there
day, and then
all
they
day.
brought us together at the end for whatever reason.
Yeah.
We were
Do
knackered.
you remember much of that?
Yeah, I remember a few people. I can't remember all the
No,
bellies
like
on
me
my
and
head.
you being in the room.
Yeah, I
I remember
do. I
it.
remember it was like
Oh.
it's like Calling's office, and yeah, I wasn't that nervous though. Like I don't know, I was kind of in a period of auditioning at loads, so I don't know. It felt like a big deal, but it was fun. They made it fun. Like James and Callie were dead chill, and but you have to be. The boys are just winging it, and we're doing stuff off the cuff of like just improvising and trying to make James laugh and trying to make each other laugh, and it's a fun script.
Yeah.
It was a scene where you come in and they go at the office label and they're full bravado, like coming in and being like, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, we ain't getting out of bed for anything less than 35 grand each. Like it was fun, and we were just spitballing, like roasting the guy. We had to do that was it. We had to do like an improvised rap, like taking the piss out of like
Yeah.
Sonny's character. He looks like a pedo, all that bit. So I think some of that was probably improvised.
They obviously saved the best until last. They must
Well,
have
Yeah.
done.
yeah, maybe.
Sounds like it. Sounds like it. And also in terms of preparing for the film, I mean, I'm guessing you might have had a few singing lessons, but what else did you have to do? I mean, skateboarding comes into it as well, doesn't it? And falling off one.
Well, that was all useful, and we skateboarding lessons for 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. I worked with a guy before in September, so I got a little. I think Sam was probably filming. I was got extra lessons from this guy called the Ogre, who was Stu Graham. He's called. He's like Scotland's only professional skateboarder, and he literally looks like an ogre. He won't mind me saying that. Big, ugly fella, massive. He's a legend though. Big baldy, missing teeth from skateboarding, mad guy.
See if we
And he
can
took me
insult him
skateboarding in
anymore.
Livingston in this boat, but he won't mind. In this bowl. And
He's
he's
ugly.
a
He's
legend. He's
horrible.
ugly,
He's
make that
horrible.
clear. But it was
I've never
trying.
met him. I've never met him.
He's a legend. He's a legend.
Sounds like a
And
legend.
he was class. He just yeah, anyway, but we had this time to just get to know each other all for the skateboarding lessons, the recording studio stuff, of learning how to rap. That was like great kind of chemistry to build of like actually doing the stuff
Yeah,
they'd be doing
Yeah.
and getting into that culture. Like skateboarding's a great one because it's like that I can't kind of swear.
yeah, yeah.
That
Sam,
fuck
you
it. Oh, I don't know. Sorry, there's a lag. That
now,
that screw it attitude.
Sam, come out of your hiding back there. I want to ask you a question. Come here.
Go on. Sorry, but
Uh,
I will add
you,
that we also did a lot of movement work with like some professional professional movement coordinator. So we learned how to like move around on stage and like say
yeah,
the
yeah,
stage is like this. We
Yeah.
can't like both go that way. One of us has got to go that way and then fill the space. And so that was very, very interesting. We did lots of practice with that sort of stuff, didn't we?
yeah,
Some
yeah.
like that.
And you, Sam, are also from Yorkshire, so as well as having to acquire the Californian accent, you had to do a Scottish accent.
Sure did, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it was
So,
difficult.
Seamus, do you think he cut it? Do you think he got it right?
Best, honestly, best Scottish accent I've ever heard, and an English actor do. 100%. 100%. I'm hard. Well, to be fair, I've been
You
on
will
Burma
be.
Blood,
It's
and
your
there's
native
loads of,
accent.
there's so many bad, how many we can watch. Also, Irish accents, like
Yeah.
British accents in general are hard for people from not from here, but Scottish accents for British people are hard for English people to do it. I've seen so many bad ones recently. And but this man absolutely smashed it. Genuinely smashed it. I was sitting next to my mum and she was like, his accent is so good. So I think it's great. And he's doing our both like
Scottish stamp of approval.
big time.
And if your mum says it, it must be true.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
must
like
be true.
yes. Yeah, I can't agree more.
Now the tagline for the film is "Get rich or try lying," which I think is a great tagline. But I guess we've all told sort of little white lies occasionally, and I just
Have you?
wondered if each of you have told one and been caught out.
Oh.
I suppose.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I
People ask this
suppose so.
question, but
Yeah, like when people ask like, "Can you ride a horse?" Well, no one actually asks you, but like they act
they
like
ask
to put it
me.
on you like CV and stuff.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
actually did ask me that, to be fair, for blood of my blood.
I've been quite a good boy, really. Everything that's on my CV is actually quite doable.
Same here. I think I'm a wuss compared to what
You
Gavin and Billy could lie about.
you're good, honest boys then.
We're very good.
Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we are.
I'm
I'm trying
so
to.
glad to hear
Yeah,
it
we're
because
too scared to make
if you said
mistakes,
you
I think,
had
now.
told a white lie, I would have asked what it was, and that could have been embarrassing.
I mean, I'm sure we've told white
Oh,
lies.
I lie. Yeah, but not for work.
Well, yes, of course, of course.
But just generally, you are winging it. Acting is constantly lying and just pretending you know what you're doing.
Well, yeah,
You know,
you'd probably
honest,
be
everyone's
quite good
doing that
at it.
constantly, and everyone's acting all the time.
I don't know an actor that knows that thinks they've
They've
got
got
it. They've
it. They're
got
just
it.
pretending to know what they're
Exactly.
doing. And they pick up things along the way, I think, and you're doing this. You're playing a character. What is playing a character? You can get so in your head about it, like, what are we doing? Play, it's play. It's just winging it.
Yeah.
So,
Modern
that's
day, exactly.
Well,
lying. Who cares?
no word of a lie. It's been an absolute treat to talk to you, and I really appreciate your time. And thanks again for such a fun film because it's been terrific.
Oh, thank you
Thank
so
you.
much for that. Thanks
Glad
for
you
having us.
enjoyed
Yeah.
it.
Thanks
Thank
a
you for
lot.